Reefs are made up of ancient coral and sand sediment deposited over thousands of years. They serve as a protective barrier for coastlines, a nursery for marine life, and an attraction for tourists. But the world's reefs are being damaged by overfishing and pollution. Rising ocean temperatures cause bleaching, where the individual coral polyps making up the reef expel the algae that live within their tissues. Without the nutrients they provide, the corals will die.
The biggest changes, I think, in terms of the environment have been through the bleaching event that we suffered in 1998, which was the worst we've ever had. And we lost in some areas up to 90% of our coral reefs. And then those reefs were recovering and had actually recovered to a reasonable extent until 2016, when we had another bleaching event.
If nothing changes, the world's reefs will reach their tipping point before the end of the century, disappearing more quickly than they can restore themselves, according to a study published in the journal Science. This year, the Seychelles government announced a pioneering deal in which it swapped part of its sovereign debt for investment in marine protection areas. Already, conservationists have launched a number of reef restoration projects around the nation's 115 islands. At one site, workers spent the morning transferring tiny coral fragments that had been collected from the seafloor and nurtured in tanks to an underwater rope nursery, or improvised skeleton.
When the corals are going to reach a suitable size, so when they're going to be big enough, they're going to be outplanted back on the reef. And these will increase the number of remaining coral colonies, so you're going to increase the coral cover, the coral abundance, but also the biodiversity depending on which species you're transplanting, and the topography of the reef as well.
Saving the reefs also means saving the Seychelles' vibrant tourist economy.
Obviously, we have divers and snorkelers, and if we can continue to have healthy reefs and lots of fish, we've got happy divers, they do lots of dives, the dive centre makes more business, the government gets more tax money, and everybody's happy.
The Seychelles government is working with Nature Seychelles to secure funding to turn small-scale designer coral farms into larger operations. The aim is to commercialize part of the process so it can financially sustain coral reef restoration well into the future. For writer Faiza Elmasry, I'm Faith Lapidus, VOA News.